Alright, Bob Buckley here with another Frontline Disc Golf form review. Today we have a backhand review for Bella. We got Bella on the right and Haley King on the left. I want to start by saying that watching Bella's form, it is already miles ahead of most people we do. And I'm not saying miles ahead of most girls we do, I'm saying it's most, in general, is further along than most people in general we get. So it looks very good. I'll go ahead and play through it once, and then I will back it up and break it down. Okay, so get your left hand off of the disc. You'll notice that Haley puts her left hand on the disc, but she also has a whale sack in her hand, so she's not grabbing onto the disc, she's just checking the disc angle with her left hand. A lot of the pros do it, but grabbing onto the disc with your left hand is a really bad habit, and it can lead to issues when you're doing your reach back and stuff. So if you can't touch the disc without grabbing onto it, just try to get that left hand completely away from the disc. As we go into your X step, it looks pretty good. I would just say try to make it a little bit smaller. As you see here, your hips start to turn sideways. It's not that bad. I feel like I thought it was worse when I originally watched it. It actually doesn't look that bad. You can afford to be a little bit smaller. You can see how small Haley's is. And her hips are still in line with her target. That's the important part, is you want your hips. So if this is oops, that's not a straight line at all. If this is the line you're walking on, you want your hips to remain on that line along with your shoulders. They can be turned slightly, but you don't want them very much off of that axis. Alright, your reach back timing is off. As you see the reach back start, the reach back should begin as this front plant foot right here comes out of the X step. So reach back doesn't start until about there. You're already almost all the way out of your X step. You'll notice as Haley's King, as soon as this plant foot leaves the T-pad and starts moving forward, her arm is already going back. And it looks like it's moving in one motion. And we want to see this arm straight out. We don't want to see a bent elbow here. You'll notice Haley's at Haley's peak reach back, her arm is dead straight. There's no bend. She's using her arm like a whip. And that straight arm should happen, like I said, I don't know if I already said it or not, when this front foot touches ground. Turn your shoulders more, and you'll be able to get that arm straight out. I tell people to pretend that there's somebody back here trying to take the disc away from you, or trying to hand them the disc as you're moving forward. And what happens when you going back to that left hand, a lot of times people will follow the left hand unintentionally, and it causes them to round. So when you do your reach back, you want again, we're bringing up this imaginary line. You want your reach back to be on this imaginary line and your pull through to be on this imaginary line as well. If you are touching the disc with your left hand, often the disc drifts to this side of the line, and we don't want that to happen. And then as you pull through, we want to see you complete the weight shift. You'll see that Haley over here, her foot is off the ground. She's completely shifted her weight to this front foot, and that's carrying her momentum forward. Your back foot never leaves the ground, so you're not completing the weight shift. And make sure you're following through. You're following through with your arm, but the rest of your body is not following through, and that can cause injuries on this front knee. So we want to make sure that we're following through. And this right here is incredible. This right here is what we try to get every amateur to do, and we can't get them to do it. We call this the power pocket, and that's really what separates the pros from the amateurs, is getting into that power pocket before you turn your shoulders. And you've done a really, really good job of doing that, and it's really difficult to do, so I was very impressed when I saw that. A nice job staying compact too. This arm next to, or tight next to your body is really good. A lot of times we see that left arm out flailing around, and we don't want to see that as well, that either. So I was really impressed. I think you have a bunch of really small things to fix, but nothing major. And the hardest part of the back end you already got down, so that's really good. So I hope this video helps. I hope you learn a lot from it, and we'll see you out there.